Like you were 6-4 last year,
Yeah.
and that's where we were.
Yep.
We lost, but we were in it. So 2001.
2001. Yep. Good. Okay. Kalen, what's the more challenging task? Taking over a Washington program after they went 4-8 the year before, or following a legendary coach like Nick Saban, who's won multiple national titles and SEC titles?
Yeah, that's a good question. I've never had it posed that way. I don't know which one is. I think that one thing I do have is I've had a chance to learn, when you take over a program, whether it be Fresno State, Washington, Alabama. And, the timing is always different. There's so many different variables that come into play, where that program's at that time, the level, the area of the country, obviously now too. I don't know. I think they are all complicated and different in their own ways.
Well, it was a chaotic first month.
Yeah.
I mean, you hit the ground running. Kind of describe that first month and where you are now in terms of a comfort level.
Yeah, most times when these hires happen, it's a lot of times in early December. And you think about, okay, you got this time before the early signing date, you got some dead period during December, you're going to make sure you get your staff finalized maybe then, and you hit the ground running come January, when the contact period opens back up. But that's when we came here. And, being able to kind of have a chance to get the staff together was important, but I also had to really make sure that the team was really all together. And those days and that week or two was critical. And, there was meetings, individual meetings, group meetings, position meetings, side of the ball meetings, all meetings you can imagine with the team. And then, as guys were hired on the staff and ready to get here, we were trying to do that so that way there was at least some faces, that could go with some names and some relationships that could at least start being built and some personalities that could be seen by our team with who we were bringing into the program.
That first meeting you had with the team, there's a great picture of you and Malachi Moore, and it's apparent from that picture, that you made a connection with him and with the other leaders on this team. Mm-hmm. How important was that?
Man, I tell you, I give these guys a lot of credit, and there's many that never wavered, that just stayed the course and trusted, believe in Alabama football. And then when I got here, I believed that I would be the one that could help them get to where they wanted to be. But Malachi in particular is a guy that's been exactly that. He's just been steady in everything he does. He brings a smile, a work ethic. He's a uniter of our team. I just can't say enough about what that picture would represent, and what that meant to me at that time, and just the feeling I got from just that time with him.
The one thing we kept hearing after you got the job was he's from South Dakota. He's not from the South. Mm-hmm. You can't recruit down here. Mm-hmm. First month, guys were jumping in the portal, mm-hmm. and then Ryan Williams recommitted, mm-hmm. and that kind of changed the perception. What was the key to the recruiting success early?
Yeah, I think the team, first of all, just the messaging within the team, and that spreads, right? That word gets out, and kind of what's happening within the players in our team are talking to their high school coaches, and and then I think also just those moments where we had the official visit or unofficial visits, in particular with Ryan, and having a staff here where he got to meet Coach Shepard, and those guys hitting it off, and each and every guy that we recruit kind of has a different journey, a different story, a different connection to why they're coming here. But that was certainly a great time having Ryan commit to our program, and it's certainly continued on in a great positive direction, in a fast and furious way. And so I'm excited about our staff and the work they put in. I've got some great people that have great skill sets, but also the relationship building is really important to them.
You mentioned the work. Nick Saban spent a lot of time here at the football office, demanded that his staff do the same thing. You and your assistant coaches have families.
Yep.
How have you learned, I guess, to balance that work time and family? What's your approach to that?
Yeah, I think when we're here and developing, I guess, first of all, a environment, a place where people enjoy working, and they can come into this place and just enjoy the day. They're taking the ownership because they're driven people. They want to be great, and their hearts and minds are in the right places, and their why has to be important to them, because I think it's got to be something beyond just them and their journey and their success and their goals. It's got to be about other people. But I think really trying to show our staff, and have done this through many years of understanding what the calendar looks like throughout the year. And when we're working and these are the intense times, it's full steam ahead. But giving them a chance to be efficient with their time away, to where they can enjoy their families and they can really still create those memories that are going to be the most important, the ones with their loved ones.
Have you been able to enjoy yourself outside of the football office? Everyone's asked you this, I'm sure. Have you tried the barbecue?
Yeah, I've had the barbecue a couple of different places, and it's been amazing. And so people that know me know that I'm not a picky eater, but I certainly have a taste for barbecue. I think spring break for me personally was a great time. Just a couple days where I got away, go see the family again. And that was the first time really since I'd been here where you stepped away and got a chance to breathe.
Well, you put your stamp on this program. You go to practice. There's music playing. There's coaches or shooting video with their cell phones, things like that. But
yeah.
Tyler Booker said this. He said the head coach might look a little different, and the play callers might look a little different. But it's the same hard-nosed Alabama football that will be played. You got to love hearing that.
Yeah, especially with someone like Tyler who's been through it, and has a high standard himself. And I think whenever you look at successful programs, successful coaches, they're reminiscent of the many key ingredients that are similar across the board. And so as much as there's differences in just how each coach might go about, a coordinator is going to be different than the next guy, and the head coach is going to be have a different personality or just a different way of wanting to do certain things. I still think it comes down to those things that are important to winning championships: accountability, discipline, toughness, the atmosphere and the environment, a family or brotherhood that exists, just because chemistry is going to be critical when those big moments come.
A-Day Saturday, weather's going to be perfect. Malachi said there's going to be 90,000 people there. What are you looking forward to most about Saturday? Yeah,
I hope Malachi and that 90,000 is spot on. That's something I'm really looking forward to. And I know I've been asked if I've processed what that's going to feel like. I really haven't. You just take day by day. But I know I'm excited for it. I'm excited for these guys that, again, have weathered through some things here in January and just kept the pedal down and stayed focused on the main thing, not paying attention to outside noise as they were getting pulled in different directions at one point, and just believing in this place and believing in themselves. And the celebration of Alabama football, our fans, I'm really looking forward to it.
Now, previous A-Days, the winner has gotten steak, the loser had to eat beanie weenies.
Yep.
Are you going to keep that tradition?
That's a tradition that's going to continue. So we will have an offense versus a defense format. Just because of the reps and numbers that we have at certain positions, we will work that way. But there'll be that, and then we have some other competitions too that have kind of gone through the spring. One in particular would be a turnover competition, and so there'll be some other little pieces that get added to the steak and the beanies and weenies dinner that we have next Monday.
Kalen, after A-Day, the transfer portal will reopen. You lost 10 guys in the previous portal. People are looking at this and saying, well, Alabama's going to gain, from this portal. What needs do you have that may be met through the portal? Yeah,
I think there's some areas where certainly our numbers are low. And then I think there's some areas where if we can improve our team, we will do that, And so, there are some scholarships that are still open and available that need to be filled, that we would have slotted for certain positions. And so, we're going to be eyes wide open and ready to go. I think first and foremost, though, we're just going to make sure that we take care of our roster and our team, and making sure that the guys understand their roles and feel good about who we have here right now.
I counted 8 Coach of the Year awards that you won last year. 37-9 at Fresno and Washington. Which coach did you learn the most from about coaching? Which coach did you learn the most from about winning?
Wow, that one's really hard for me to answer. I think if I really give the one coach, it would be Bob Young. Still the guy I played for, the guy that hired me for my first 5 years coaching college football in 2000. I was his offensive coordinator, and a lot of that is just because he really challenged me on the why. You know, why you do what you do, and the meaning that brings, and the details that go into winning. But there's been so many coaches that have added to what I do. There was 10 years of being an offensive coordinator in 4 programs that had these elite head coaches that I got a chance to learn from, and I've picked up something from each and every one of them that we do today in this football program.
So you and Nicole have been married 22 years. How did you guys meet? How did you propose?
Yeah, I mean, not probably the most glamorous way. Just at a dinner, you know, where I proposed, and you know, we met through a mutual friend. And my town of 3,000, you know, had one friend in particular who was a teammate of hers on the college basketball scene, and so we met through her.
And Alexis and Avery, your 2 daughters. What's the coolest thing about being a girl dad?
Yeah, I love it. I think it's a blessing because number one, I don't have to have the stress of some son, you know, playing football for me, a football coach. But it's just awesome, and it's really cool because they love the football piece. You know, they love supporting the team, and you know, they idolize these guys. You know, as much as you see the little kids that are running around, and we're constantly talking about the things that we're learning each and every day, but. They're completely different in what their likes are, their dislikes. It's just it's a pleasure, or it's a joy. I mean, a blessing to have 2 daughters like I have, and a wife that's so supportive in Nicole.
And Alexis is going to play for the University of Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Her athletic ability. I know Nicole played basketball in college.
Yep.
You played football and baseball in college.
Yep.
Where does she get the athletic ability from the most?
My wife was an elite basketball player, elite, and had opportunities to go, you know, multiple Division I schools and stayed close to home. But, you know, Alexis has certainly been exciting and fun to watch her journey. And I'm super proud of her and looking forward to seeing her continue to do that at Washington in an amazing softball program there with great coaches. And so she can't wait. She's putting in these final days of high school, but she's really looking forward to the next phase of her life also.
Now, when you're coming out of that tunnel Saturday and the music is blaring, and by the way, it's been thunderstruck for the past several years. Do you have another song you want to
that's worked? That's worked a lot. So that's worked over the years. We don't need to change that.
Okay, what's going to be going through your body when all that's going on?
Yeah, probably like what's next? You know, where's the kickoff happening, and who am I talking with next? But I think it's just I always want to make sure that in the moment I'm enjoying what's happening, and I think you know, that's what keeps me calm. That's what keeps me, you know, grounded. You know, especially when we get to those times when, you know, the bullets are flying this fall and the games are really important. You know, and I think today, or I think this Saturday, it's just going to be important to enjoy, you know, how far we've come as a team, with the understanding that we still have a long ways to go to get to where we want to be.
Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.